Welcome to a special edition of Jesse Watters Primtime. I'm Will Cain, in for Jesse. You're looking now at a live shot of a Trump rally in Concord, New Hampshire, where we expect Senator Tim Scott to endorse the former president, and we're going to bring you those comments live when they happen. But in the meantime, there's nothing a politician loves more than a photo op, whether it's Michael Dukakis with a tank helmet or John Kerry in a spacesuit. Democrats in particular will go out of their way for a few camera clicks to cover up their failures in policy. That is until they have a mess that is undeniable on their hands. And we're 10 months away from an election, and Joe Biden has a messy border crisis with his fingerprints all over it. After Trump's big win in Iowa, the CNNs and MSNBCs of the world simply can't ignore this problem of illegal immigration. And this may come as a surprise to Democrats, but voters don't like hundreds of thousands of unchecked illegals just walking into our country. So Biden's trying to smack the cameras away and say everything is fine. And he's getting what seems like a little bit of help. Last month, the Biden team jetted off to Mexico City, and in just 3 weeks, there's been an entire 180. According to reports out of Mexico, Mexico's getting tough on illegal immigration. Journalist Todd Bensman cites reports that say Mexican law enforcement has been rounding up illegal immigrants near the border and been shipping them by bus and airplane as far away from Biden's open border as possible. Mexico's stopping their migrant-filled freight trains, known as La Bestias. Other reports say Mexico bulldozed a migrant camp just along the border. Anthony Blinken is calling it progress.
I think we've made great progress just in the space of the 3 weeks since that meeting, and we look forward to reviewing that today, as well as looking at additional steps that we can take together to advance the goal that we both share of reducing the unprecedented irregular migration surge.
Well, why now? Why didn't we have this progress 2 years ago? And why is it that only in an election year are the Mexicans in the White House all of a sudden breaking new ground on illegal immigration? Coincidence? Or are the Mexicans getting something out of it? While Mexico does the sweeping, Democrats seem to be working on the optics, like blaming Republicans for Biden's mess.
It's not a sincere attempt to do something about what's going on at the border. It is to cause chaos and to tank, if they can, President Joe Biden's reelection.
This is not a negotiation. This is a hostage taking. It's extortion. Republicans are choosing to hold Ukraine funding hostage in exchange for cruel, unworkable, and permanent policy changes on immigration.
These are not good faith immigration talks. This continues to be a hostage taking, and Republicans are holding foreign aid hostage to extract extreme immigration measures that will not solve the problem.
I don't know about you, but permanent changes to our policy on illegal immigration sounds pretty good. But here we have Democrats blaming Republicans, and then, of course, that sets it up so Joe Biden can come in and pretend like he's not only not the problem, that he's, in fact, the solution. And that's what he did today. Biden admitted, though, that the border is not secure.
Do you believe that the border is secure, sir?
No, it's not. I haven't believed it for the last 10 years. But I've said it for the last 10 years.
Do you believe your
Give me the money.
Do you believe your policies have enabled any of this crisis at the border that you're rattling now?
I've asked for thousands more of everything from judges to...
So he said it's been a problem for 10 years, but Biden has been president for 3 years. And then before that, a significant percentage of those 10 years, he was vice president. But Biden says it's not his fault. And actually, he's the one who's trying to find a solution.
I'm ready to act. I think, hope God willing, and the creek not rising, as my grandpa would say. You know, now the question is for the Speaker and the House Republicans. Are they ready to act as well? They have to choose whether they want to solve a problem or keep weaponizing the issue to score political points against the president. I'm ready to solve the problem. I really am. Massive changes. And I mean it sincerely.
No, it's not sincere. On day one, Biden used executive orders to rip open the border wall. The goal has always been open borders. In fact, Joe Biden says it himself.
I love how it's turned on, and Biden's for a free and open border. Just tear down everything. Let everybody come. No restrictions. Well, I used to be a bipartisan in this country, and it should be one again. I've been clear from the very beginning, the system is broken.
It's not the system, it's the people who undid the system. And when you carve out holes in the border wall for antelope and cut up razor wire, you're the problem. Cities are being overrun with illegals. And if it's not crowded airports in Chicago, it's overpacked hospitals in Denver. Police officers are literally on high-speed migrant chases.
100 miles an hour. AB 130, any air support?
That's going back northbound. Vehicle became disabled, bailing out. Driver wearing a black shirt, blue jeans.
Was that one?
Yeah, there's a driver.
If Biden's serious about the border, why are states like Texas having to take matters into their own hands? In Texas right now, it's a Mexican standoff between Biden and Governor Greg Abbott. After Texas took matters into their own hands, kicking out border control and taking over a sector near the border. Texas is actually making arrests, and Biden is not. Maybe Biden hasn't realized this, but he's been the root cause of all of these problems. But he knows open borders don't play well in an election year, so he wants to wipe his hands clean and pretend like he's hard at work. But if Biden thinks the American people can't sniff out a phony, then November is going to bring a wake-up call for him.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.